All right, hey Architect Nation. So in this Architect CEO update, I'm here with my friend, mastermind member and architect, Jeff Krieger. Jeff, how you doing?
Hey, great.
Yep.
Couldn't be better.
Yeah, so we're actually here outside of the Frank Lloyd Wright home and studio. We're gonna go on a little tour there, which of course is like an architectural mecca. Now, I've never been in a Frank Lloyd Wright home before. Jeff, have you seen many?
I have, yes.
Yeah.
Because I grew up in Pittsburgh, and not that far away is Falling Water and Kentuck Knob, two of Wright's best known homes.
Yep.
And I visited them many, many times, and also did my senior thesis in college on Falling Water.
Wow,
So,
awesome.
Quite the aficionado.
Yeah, definitely. So this is very fun for me. Another thing, so we're doing, with the mastermind members, we're doing a 30-day video challenge because 2019 is the year of video. And if you're an architect and you're not doing video, you're missing out on this opportunity to hone your communication skills. So anyways, I'm gonna go on a little walk here. Jeff, I'll meet you in there. The tour's gonna start at 10:30.
Got it.
And I have the tickets. So I'm looking forward to that. And so this is my daily video today. Jeff already did his.
Yep.
I got to do mine. So I'm going to take a walk down here and check out some.
Enjoy.
Okay, see you, Jeff. All right. So when I was thinking about this idea about Frank Lloyd Wright, who he was, we know that Frank Lloyd Wright was, shall we say, a character, right? He had a strong personality. He had a strong design sense. And of course, that goes into the fact that he was the most well-known American architect, and with a career spanning from like 1890 or something all the way to the 1960s. I mean, incredible works that he's done. But here's the thing, when you look at great architects over time, not only did they have the ability to produce awe-inspiring works, but they were also good at self-promotion. Okay, so in this video, we're going to have a little chat about self-promotion and its role in architecture. Now, when I got out of architecture school, and even during architecture school, let's go back a little bit even further than that, back to my childhood, right? In my childhood, I was taught with the notion that to call attention to myself was not seemly, it was not respectable, and it was not proper. Okay, that we shouldn't be boastful, that we should be a team player. If I scored a goal on the soccer team, that to be a good sport, we had to tell everyone, hey, good job, good team effort, right? And that's all great. That's all great. I totally agree with that, right? We need to be team players. But at the same time, what happened is I instilled this idea that self-promotion, promoting myself and what I'm doing and maybe my work, there's something shameful and there's something that should not be done. Should be done in a subtle, tasteful manner, right? But when we look at some of the greatest architects of our era, people like Frank Lloyd Wright and probably even the architects and artisans of the Renaissance, these were people who mastered the ability to promote themselves and their work, right? So check this out. So here's, look at this, is amazing. All right. So there's one Frank Lloyd Wright house here. Now, if you're listening to this audio only, I apologize. You're gonna have to come look at this video on YouTube because this house right here is a gem. I think this is the one that Jeff was talking about that is like primo. I think he said it was the Hartley house. I'm not quite sure, but that is a masterpiece of proportion. My goodness, look at that. I mean, it probably doesn't come across too well in video, but in person, that is incredible. Wow. Timeless. And then across the street, another one of Frank's earlier houses. We can tell it looks like it was a bit more traditional. He hadn't quite developed the whole vocabulary yet. I'm going to run over here. Pardon the wind noise. It is Chicago, and it is quite a rainy and disgusting day today. Let's come over here and have a look at this house. This is the Moore-Dougal residence. Completed in 1895. This is Frank Lloyd Wright's first independent commission in Oak Park after Wright left the offices of Alder and Sullivan in 1893. On December 23, 1922, at 2:24 a.m., a fire destroyed some of the floors of the home. He returned in 1923 to redesign and rebuild the home for a second time. Interesting. A porch on a half-timber English Tudor that never happened before. Wow, that is quite a beautiful, the terracotta work on that home is absolutely amazing. So let's go back to this idea about this reluctance that I personally have identified and felt in my life about self-promotion. I mean, this went all the way through school. So what happens to this script? These are the scripts that we take on as children that end up sabotaging our success when we go into business for ourselves. Okay, let's have a look about Cape Horn. Frank Lloyd Wright was a peculiar person, to say the least. He wore a black cape a cane and his little hat that he wore around, right? He was a man who understood the idea of appearance, of entertainment, of dramatism and flourish. Okay? It is said that, Mark Twain, the great American author, bought a white suit specifically for the idea that it would be known as his image, right? Because he wanted to give the newspaper something to talk about. Okay? So whether you're looking at an author, an architect, an actress, or a rock star, each person that has been able to really spread their message has been able to get over, if they had any inhibitions over self-promotion, they've been able to get over them, and they've been able to promote themselves in a way that would make the knees quake of lesser men and women. So the question I would have for you today is, where in your life are you holding back? Where in your life, if you're a good architect, if you're a good designer, if you have something that can impact the world, like these amazing designs that Frank Lloyd Wright did, where are you holding back because of some hidden script in your life that, the little voice in your head is telling you, don't promote yourself, you got to be humble, take the backstage, don't call too much attention to yourself? Where do you need to get out there and proclaim your genius? Because if you don't, no one else will. So my message for you today is choose yourself, because if you don't, no one else will. Hey, nice day for a walk. Look at that. All right, so Architect Nation, get out there. Let's do some self-promotion, because you deserve it. People deserve to know about what you're doing. And like I said, if you don't do it yourself, no one else is going to do it for you. As always, Carpe Diem. Seize today. And I'm going to go check out some Frank Lloyd Wright action with the mastermind members. Bye for now.